Penny Dreadful Tarot, Major Arcana. The Fool. The Magician. The High Priestess. The Empress. The Emperor. The Hierophant. The Lovers. The Chariot. Justice. The Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune. Strength. The Hanged Man. Death. Temperance. The Devil. The Tower. The Star. The Moon. The Sun. Judgment. The World. Minor Arcana, Wands. King of Wands. Queen of Wands. Knight of Wands. Page of Wands. And this uses pips. So Ace of Wands. Two of Wands. Three of Wands. Four of Wands. Five of Wands. Six of Wands. Seven of Wands. Eight of Wands. Nine of Wands. 10 of Wands. Cups. King of Cups. Queen of Cups. Knight of Cups. Page of Cups. Ace of Cups. Two of Cups. Three of Cups. Four of Cups. Five of Cups. Six of Cups. Seven of Cups. Eight of Cups. Nine of Cups. 10 of Cups. Pentacles. King of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. Swords. King of Swords. Queen of Swords. Knight of Swords. Page of Swords. Ace of Swords. Two of Swords. Three of Swords. Four of Swords. Five of Swords. Six of Swords. Seven of Swords. Eight of Swords. Nine of Swords. 10 of Swords. All in all, I think this is a rather lovely deck that was designed in conjunction with the new TV show that's come out, Penny Dreadful. I forgot to show the back of the cards. They're rather shiny. It's not a matte card, it's glossy. I prefer a matte or semi-matte, but it's not a big deal. It comes with an instructions card, two-sided, which shows a possible layout or spread that they call the Veil, which is actually one I haven't come across before as far as spreads, so that's kind of neat. Then below that it goes through some meanings of the major arcana cards, and on the back it does the same for the minor arcana. It doesn't come up with a booklet or a little pamphlet or anything, so it doesn't get really into depth about different card meanings and ways to interpret them, or the reasoning behind some of the symbolism in the artwork, or comparing it to some of the more traditional decks, such as Rider-Waite or Marseille, which I think would be interesting, but as you could tell when I went through the cards, they're very different from traditional, or at least more traditional Rider-Waite decks. However, it does use the same suits as far as wands, pentacles, cups, and swords goes. Comes in a box, pretty simple cardboard or cardstock box. Nothing too fancy, but the artwork is nice, just like with the cards. I like the artwork in this deck. It's very minimalist, it's very elegant. I find, at least for me, that does make it a bit more difficult to read without having to memorize the different meanings that it gives on the instructions card. I'm used to being a bit more intuitive as far as reading decks, but that's a bit more difficult with this deck because it's not as laden with symbolism as some other decks, particularly ones that are based more upon the Rider-Waite style. Because that's just chock full of different symbolisms. This one's a bit more subtle, and like I said, a bit more memorizing for me to do. I think it's a lovely deck. I'm glad I got it. I think it was about $20. I didn't buy it myself. It was a gift. But it's not a terribly expensive deck. And, for at least it's not like it doesn't have anything super fancy that comes with it. Like some decks have like booklets that are actual like books and stuff, and others have like gilt edges, but this one's fairly simple, which works well, I think, with the style of the artwork. I've done one reading with it so far, which worked very well. Going by the meanings on the instructions card, everything was very clear and made sense. I didn't really have any confusion like, how does that relate to anything that I asked about? That all went fine. So it seems like a fairly easy deck to read with. One that maybe would be suitable for beginners. It doesn't have a very happy, like, upbeat kind of uplifting sense to it. It's definitely a darker deck, so if you like darker decks, that's your thing, then I would definitely suggest this deck.